Back in January, I won the 15th weekly Brawl. The Brawl is a 64-player Super Auto Pets lobby run by the developers, with the winner getting an exclusive cosmetic. My Brawl win was the most exciting thing to happen to me in Super Auto Pets. I made a YouTube video about it that I was super proud of, and it received way more support than I ever could have imagined. Since then, I've become far more engrossed in the competitive side of this game, which has made me a much better and more consistent player. My Brawl win showed me that I had the potential to compete with the best players of this game, so I wanted to realize it. After I won, I mostly stopped playing Brawls. As an Australian, most weekly Brawls take place at 2 AM, so even if I were awake, my gameplay probably wouldn't be optimal. However, one thing always remained at the back of my mind, drawing me in to play when I could. See, the developers don't just give you an exclusive Brawl winner hat, you get a choice between two. When I won the first time, I got the King hat, and you've seen it in my videos ever since. The other option, the Queen hat, was equally cool and elusive, but what I wanted was even bigger. I wanted both. Only 8 people in the world own both Brawl hats. Here's the story of how I became the 9th. So we'll kick it off in the replay. This game was played at 2 in the morning for me, so that is why there is no live reaction, because I thought it would be kind of disrespectful. Pretty classic start with Frog and Cricket and Gecko. No real issues, tie the first round, that's all good. This round doesn't matter at all, I'm going to regenerate the heart, which is a good thing because I immediately lose to the tennis ball. If there were different snipes, maybe I would have had a better chance, but it's all good. I froze this ferret for the gecko because it gets buffed when there's a toy, so I bring that in. And you can see I did the frog swap as well. We go for the balloon just so I can get some more stats. I was rolling for Thunderbird because if I show you the pack, at the time I was thinking probably a Pixiu is a good investment. One of the things I'll say, when you're playing a Brawl like this, you want to have a look at what the late game scaling options are. In my mind, I thought there were sort of 3 lines: Elephant Seal, Yeti, Ostrich, Blue-ringed Octopus, and Catfish. These were the 3 main powerhouse scalers that I was expecting to see at the end of the game. In terms of scaling that will just tide you over in the mid game, there was the Penguin and the Tropfish. And just looking at my board at the moment, I've got 2 pets that are pretty close to level 2, so I'm going to try to hit a level on turn 5 so I can potentially find a Penguin. And contrary to my previous win, I'd lose life immediately here, and this is quite a challenge to stabilize. I buy the Thunderbird because it's really good tempo. I was also thinking I want to enable a Pixiu at some point. I onboard the Cricket, I'm going to try to take it level next turn. And then I also find another Gecko, so I'm going to have 2 chances to hit a Penguin on level up. I have basically a 40% chance to hit Penguin. As we lose the round again. So I'm down to 3 life already. This is very concerning. As you can see, pretty much everyone else in the lobby is on 3 or 4 lives, and I'm well down the bottom. I get a little balloon buff, then we level. And there's the Penguin. So this is what I wanted to hit. I also take this Platypus, I think it's better tempo. Chuck a meat bone on my Penguin, this can't hurt. Now, finally my stats are big enough and I take my first win. Now it is worth noting, there is Compedo in this pack, which is really helpful because I don't want to keep these units around. So I'm thinking late game, I can transform these pets up and hopefully hit something better. There are a lot of good hits on tier 2. So I'd be very pleased to transition either of these guys. I end up selling this Thunderbird because it hasn't really been much use, and I think the Tropfish health will just be like slightly better. My team is really big, and even though the Mandrake dazes my Cricket, I don't really care. My stats are big enough now. Probably kind of fortunate with the Flycatcher snipes as well. Now I skip the Cricket level, but I do take some Ambrosia. This is a new perk, blocks ailment or 8 damage once, so it's pretty cool. I could have considered this Garlic. But now I see another Penguin, I go, alright, it's time to really invest in these 2 units. We're going to scale them as much as possible. Slap a Garlic on there because I've got 3 gold, and now that I've got 2 big units, having protection on them can go a long way. My Garlic is immediately rendered useless by this Mandrake. And just quite unfortunate with the breakpoints there. I'm down to 2 life. So there are still people on 5 health. Lico Day and X-Ray have both already won weekly brawls as well. Actually, Nelson had as well, you could see his crown. Now, I keep pushing for this Gecko level because I figure that I am going to want to transform it up at some point. I also hit the Penguin level here, which is super nice. And I level into Panther, which, if we look at the pack, I think is a pretty decent take. The Panther's ability, perks are 2, 3, or 4 times stronger on this. And so if I get this Panther to level 2 and I put a lemon on it, this guy will take 21 less damage twice, which is really good. That's just better than a melon. And in a pack with no melon, this is a really good alternative. So I decide to start investing in this. I mean invest very loosely. I'm putting 1 Trop Fish health on it, but hopefully it'll do something. All stats go somewhere. Run into this very funny 3 squad that is trying to enable a Doberman. And I have just enough. This chocolate is going straight onto this Panther because I want to start buffing it with my Penguin. Very luckily I hit a chocolate the next roll. And so I decided it's the Trop Fish's time to go. I'm going to put in this Blue Ringed Octopus. Now, one of my favorite ways to scale in this game is Blue Ringed Octopus and Catfish. And considering they're both in the pack, I sort of thought I might angle for this kind of line. So as we come away from it with a draw, at this point I make the controversial decision to sell one of my units. And the reason I did that instead of selling the blue ring, even though this is a very typical like buy sell pet, my team would be stronger if I kept that cricket. I wanted these penguin stats to be concentrated on here now, and the boar is a decent replacement for the cricket. Obviously it's a high pet. Whoa, the replay just bugged out. I'm going to try to push for this level 2, even though it doesn't happen very quickly. I freeze this penguin because I might bring it in later. And there we go, there's the lemon that I was talking about before. Now this guy's going to take no damage twice. He's basically got 2 melons on him, which is really powerful. So even though the Fossa reduces our health, there's just no concern. If I have a quick life check, I've managed to stabilize enough. Quite a few people are out, some people on 1. And my team's looking pretty solid at the moment. And I think this might be a good time to show you some of the scary teams. So Ouroboros, this is a new ability on this pet. It's just insanely strong, especially with the Yeti, which just rolls more times. It just triggers this ability more. Agent Core has won a lot of weekly brawls. They're a pretty good blueprint a lot of the time, and they're going Doberman, Moose, Yeti. There are a lot of Hawks around, but I really like the position that I'm in at the moment. But I really like the position I'm at with my scaling. As we just scroll through here. I unfreeze this and I stack blue rings. And then I refreeze it. Honestly, I'm not really certain what was going through my mind with a penguin freeze and refreeze. But then I decide elephant seal is just going to be better than the blue ring octopus. I don't have space on my board for a catfish anymore. And there are sufficient perks to trigger this guy. Every time you feed it a perk, it gives stats, and it's very powerful tier 6 scaler. I could have frozen these perks, but I wanted to keep it open for chocolate. As we actually do play Agent Core here. And he's going to prove just too much for us. So I'm down to 1 heart. Alright, keep that in mind. I hit the level 3 Gecko and immediately Conpedo it into a Dumbo Octopus. Now this guy is probably my favorite new pet. He's so cool. I've mentioned my love for him many times. And maybe it'll be synergistic with the perks of the elephant seal. We play X-Ray. It was, again, another brawl winner. However, I've just got too much for him. So I'm surviving by the skin of my teeth. I eventually decide that I'm probably just not going to be able to take these penguins. I slap a chili on the boar. It's likely going to be pretty helpful. I Conpedo again into a tropical fish. And I think this little tropical fish right here might have genuinely saved the game for me. Because this is just going to passively give these guys some health. And I can leave them on my board. I also happen to roll into double elephant seal, which is super helpful. So next turn I can start scaling like crazy. The lemon panther trades with the boar super well. My own boar cleans up at the back. Now this is the point where you start getting really tense because everyone is hitting their massive scaling line. Ostrich or Ouroboros, huge boars. It's really scary. More roll. Blue ring octopus, catfish on flame 96. A lot of moose as well going around. Elephant Seal that's level 3. So I got to this point in the brawl. I'm clinging on with 1 life. Liko Day still has all of his lives, alright? There should be no way that I win this. My scaling engine is about to pop off. So I level this Elephant Seal. I slap an Ambrosia on there. Keep me protected. And then the Trop Fish that I compatoed into from a Gecko. Just going to passively give some stats. Play Frigonometry. Fortunately, my Panther Lemon absolutely nullifies the snipes. And then I just spam more stats. This is 2-2 on everyone. This is as good as I can get at the moment. So I keep buying perks, hoping to hit more. Fairy Dust. You know what? It's a downgrade from a tomato, but it is still a perk. And then the Trop Fish. 3 health on 2 guys. Incredible Competo hit there. I play a clone account. Now this guy's got a level 3 Panther with Lemon. But my boar, thankfully, can hang on and clear through the smaller units. Double Fairy Dust. I'll take it. I'm really just praying to hit more perks. I think Honey is better than the Chili and might potentially summon something at the back. I decide I'm going to unfreeze this Elephant Seal. It's unlikely to get to level 3 at this stage in the game. Play Frigonometry again. It was again hammering onto my front line, but that Lemon Panther just tanking the damage. And suddenly, somehow, after being on 1 life since turn 12, I'm top 6. Now, Liko Day, Agent Core. We 3 have all won weekly brawls before, but I'm vying for that second hat. I want it badly. I finally hit the ball level up in shop. So I take that, of course. Maybe the Penguin can scale it. Not after I buy 2 perks, though. Got Chili on my Elephant Seal now. And then I reposition the Trop Fish. I mean, this guy's already at 50 health. And I hit a Competo. This is incredible news. Not even close on that one. So I Competo into a Doberman. This is possibly the most incredible hit I could have got. On tier 4, I think it might be the best hit that I could have got. So basically this Doberman, if it's the lowest tier pet, it will just ignore damage, which is insane. I scale a little bit more. I think it's still worth. I'm still getting like stats on most people. And this Doberman isn't going to trigger yet because there's still a Penguin. But now my mission becomes find a Competo for this Penguin, because then it'll be a tier 5. And I'll get Doberman value as well, which is not something I was expecting. Now people are dropping lives. They're coming down to my level, where I've been since turn 12. We have a quick look at the teams. We've got Agent Core, 1650 Doberman, and then all these other teams are roll teams. So the Bigfoot obviously giving more rolls, the Hamster giving gold, the Ostrich scaling, this Ostrich as well, the Ouroboros being like pivoting in temp stats, the Fossa removing health on 3 guys for every roll. So these teams are super strong. But I hit the Competo in the first shop. So this Penguin is now a Woodpecker, which is an insane hit because again, all of this equipment, they will all be removed by this Woodpecker at the front. So this is huge news. I decide I'm going to give it a Lemon. That'll help it tank any snipes if they happen to show up. So I've no longer got any end turn Penguin scaling, but my team is basically 50-50. It's an easy win against Liko Day. So now I'm top 3, and somehow again, it is against a multiple time brawl winner who is just insane at the game. Fortunately, I've got 2 perks in shop, so I can get this Panther to the 50 attack. This boar as well, because of its ability, it gains 8 attack, so this will get it to that breakpoint as well. So I have 3 units that'll get to 50 attack, which is really clutch. I freeze a Woodpecker because I don't really think there's anything much to roll for. And this Garlic is, I guess, just better equipment. I'll slow this battle down so we can see the team composition. So my Coconut triggers. The Fossa triggers. He rolled 7 times, so 14 health from the first 3 enemies. Really scary. And now this Mantis Shrimp is going to trigger. I lie. Now my Woodpecker is going to trigger. Removes all the lemons. That's all I needed it to do. This Mantis Shrimp goes crazy. Removes my lemon. Does 6 damage in total. Not enough to trade with this Bigfoot, but the damage reduction from the level 2 Panther Lemon means that I can trade with a 50 attack unit while only having 36 health. Insane. The Panther gets good value trades. The ball gain stats, gets up to 50-50. Lives on 1 health. Unbelievable. But my ball can clean up the rest. And the chili makes light work of the bee. So that was a ghost team against Finnet. But Finnet's team was strong enough to beat Agent Core. So I'm feeling really confident right now. I take this tomato because if we look at his team, he's got a mantis shrimp at the back. And the tomato does 8 damage to it. And now the idea is this tomato kills this mantis shrimp. This woodpecker breaks all these lemons. Make note of these attack values as well. These combine to be 50 attack. So this should kill this Bigfoot. Then my lemon panther should trade with this fossa. Should trade with this boar. My coconut will trade with this, and the boar should be left standing at the back. I stack because potentially I'm going to get a level 3, although it's very unlikely at this point. This is probably going to be the final round. Let's see, did the prediction come true? And we'll step through it. This fossa removes 20 health from my first 3 enemies because he rolled 10 times this turn. The woodpecker breaks all these melons. The mantis shrimp, he bought a pineapple, so he deals 5 damage this time. But my lemon has basically nullified this mantis shrimp. Now, the woodpecker swings at the Bigfoot. It's a big hit, but not enough. However, the tomato, as predicted, takes out the mantis shrimp, and the elephant seal cleans up. Now, we have the boar versus a level 2 panther with lemon with 30 health. The boar, because of its ability, gains 8 attack. The boar is up to 50 attack. But this lemon take 21 less damage. The boar can only do 29 damage, and I had 30 health, meaning that this lives on 1. We get a huge hit there. 0 damage taken, and the Doberman has enough health to kill the hamster. My ball sat at the back, a 50-50. I'll take this time to show off my new Brawl hat and say a very big thank you to all of you for subscribing. YouTube really is just a hobby for me, so it's incredibly rewarding and exciting to see that so many of you enjoyed my content, especially the previous weekly Brawl one. Life's really busy at the moment, so I definitely see this channel as just a bit of a hobby to release videos when I feel like it. But I'm definitely feeling it at the moment, so expect a couple videos to come soon. Also, special fuck you to Super Auto Gaming for releasing his weekly Brawl win before mine and stealing my thumbnail. Thanks, man. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.